wonderful guests and honorable judges. My name is Sarah.
My name is Anshul. My name is Deepika.
Wait, guys, where's Alia? Do you guys think it's the drugs again?
I mean, knowing Alia, it probably is.
Unfortunately, this is the story of many teenagers and could have been mine. Hi, my name is Alia. This is not an uncommon situation. Talented kids with lots of potential fall for drug abuse on a daily basis.
First of all, just how deep and widespread is the problem of drug abuse?
Until he became hooked on cocaine as a junior in college.
Most alarming harrowing statistics is the number of teens who use the drug.
Teenagers are using drugs.
Teens battle with drug abuse.
Fall victim to drugs.
Abuse drugs. Abuse drugs.
Drug abuse.
Drug abuse.
Using drugs.
And the youth say that drug abuse.
As you can see, the problem of drug abuse is huge and glaring. We can predict when flights will be delayed in order to prevent wasting possible time. We now even have technology that can predict natural disasters in order to prevent human fatalities.
But how many of you would want to be able to predict and prevent the possibility of drug abuse? We're living in such a modern world where drug abuse is such a big problem. So why is it that we can't predict drug abuse to prevent teenagers from ruining their future lives?
This is when we come in. We are Team Dark Horse and we present to you our product, Pro-Renata. So Deepika, explain to us what the Pro-Renata is.
So basically, the Pro-Renata is a system that consists of a wearable device and a smartphone application that work together to predict and prevent the possibility of drug abuse. It works by constantly monitoring the child and alerting the parents if any situation arises. The wristband uses the sweat from the user or the air surrounding them to detect if narcotics are present. So Alia, tell us about how we plan on creating the Pro-Renata.
This is where the Pro-Renata is born, all the way from the outer silicone shell to the inner CPU that come together to form the Pro-Renata.
Similar devices like Fresh Air One and iPeel simply can't compete because they don't even address the issue of teen drug abuse. So at the moment, we have no direct competition.
After the manufacturing process is complete, our product will be available for teenagers and parents all around the world. Approximately 1.8 billion people in this world are between the ages of 10 and 24. Even if we can reach 2% of that market, which is 36 million people, we will be able to gain a total revenue of $3.42 billion.
Speaking of money, our manufacturing cost will come out to be $191.64. We plan to have approximately a 50% profit margin, which will result in our product to cost $285. Now Sarah will talk about who our target market is.
So basically, our target market consists of the parents of teenagers. Parents of upper and middle class teens will be incentivized to buy our device because one, they can afford it, and two, their children are just as likely to abuse drugs as the children of lower class families. As for parents of lower class teens who may not be able to afford our device, we can always partner with drug rehab centers or even healthcare providers to help subsidize the cost so everyone has access to our product. So Deepika, what happens once our product reaches the user?
Well, we're teenagers ourselves, so if we went to a party wearing a wristband that screams, "I detect drugs," we would definitely not want to be wearing that. That's why we took that into consideration and designed our product similar to other wristbands in the market, like the Fitbit, so our user doesn't get unwanted attention. However, if they still plan on taking the wristband off, then we will, if the user still plans on taking the wristband off, then the parents will get alerted of that so they can take care of that situation. Now let's get scientific. Alia, can you tell us about what technology we use in our wristband?
Now let's say that there are drugs at the party. How will the Pro-Renata predict and prevent your child from abusing drugs? There will be a mass spectrometer inside the wristband which will collect a sample of air every couple of minutes and organize the ions based on mass. This will help it identify the narcotics.
Another component of the Pro-Renata is the perspiration detective. The perspiration detective will take a sample of the user's sweat and find specific ions to detect narcotics in the sweat.
After either the perspiration detective or the mass spectrometer detects narcotics, then the information gets processed in the CPU in the wristband, and then via Bluetooth connection, the information moves to the user's phone. Then the information moves to a cloud storage connected to both the users and the parents' phones so the parents can get alerted of that situation. However, if a situation where a Bluetooth connection cannot be established arises, then the SIM card within the wristband will allow the information to get sent to the parent's phone directly. So Alia, tell us how we plan on bringing all these components to life.
We'll start off by applying for a PCT application by September of this year. A PCT application is a patent that will protect our product in 180 countries around the world for the next 3 years. We plan to have a working prototype by April of next year, which will kickstart our company. Our goal is to have our company established by June of 2018.
We will partner with rehab and medical centers to gain more exposure. We will also file individual patents in specific countries that find our product most impactful.
However, none of this is possible without the support of these people in this very room. In the past 6 minutes alone, 18 new teenagers have started using drugs. 18 new teenagers could become just another drug user, just another statistic. So let's create new statistics like these. Let's create a world where drug use is no longer a problem. A world where parents don't have to fear for their children's lives every time they go out. A world where we have pro-Renata. And creating this world starts right here, right now. Thank you.
First of all, great presentation. Second of all, I'm glad I was living in the 70s before you guys were around with this, because I would have been dead. The third thing, I've got to tell you something. I sit on a lot of venture capital boards, and I'm really impressed by the numbers. The fact that you guys really went through, I must tell you, seriously, you did much better than a lot of firms I have seen who were really sitting in front of us asking for millions of dollars. So,
yeah!
I agree with what Ron has said. It was a wonderful presentation. You were clearly prepared, enthusiastic. You know your product, you know your market, and it was a great job. Good luck.
Thank you.
Again, kudos. I like that you guys came up with something that's, maybe not as popular, but something that's obviously very needed. So I commend you for the topic that you did in the presentation. Wonderful. Thank you.
Great, with 4 different folks here, but it was a big hurdle to climb to really divide things out evenly, and I think you really thought through that well. It was clear that everybody had a big role, and I appreciate that. I also really appreciate you naming the other products in the market and providing some detail about that. I think that's an important factor.
It's a great presentation. You obviously spent quite a bit of time preparing and getting your story and your message down to how you liked it. I love the product. I'd buy it from a teenager.
Thank you.